Todd Chrisley was in a lot of therapy before receiving a sentence for bank fraud and tax evasion. Remembering that reality TV stars are also humans can be challenging. They almost feel more like fictional characters than people when they live their lives in public. Maybe it's our attempt to avoid feeling bad about consuming all the drama around these folks. Todd Chrisley is a good illustration. Many of us rejoiced at their fate when the former Chrisley Knows Best star and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were forced to report to prison for a total of 19 years. However, we failed to account for how damaged, broken, and guilty they would become. The fact that Todd and those like him commit actual crimes does not negate the need for judgment. However, there are situations when sympathy is overlooked, particularly for people who were impacted but didn't break any laws, like Savannah Chrisley. Savannah is certainly a piece of work in and of herself, getting kicked off a flight and all. However, it is clear that she was deeply saddened by the conviction of her parents. She has first-hand knowledge of the circumstances, which offers us a lot to think about. She talked about her father's development on the most recent episode of her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley. I'd say he received a lot of therapy in the previous years. He had a lot of trauma from events in our lives in addition to having to deal with his own mental health. Savannah added that her father used comedy as a coping strategy and diversion, but that after starting treatment, he was much more able to express himself. She also talked about the realization every child eventually has to make, that their parents aren't superhumans. I think I realized it at last. They don't have superpowers. They experience things like the rest of us do because they are human. They are unable to remedy everything. My heart was broken, I believe, because I thought, what, they can't fix everything. Savannah also talked about the time she spent watching her parents get older. I've never been so proud of a person as I am of my dad. To see that progress that's happened, my dad said. Watching my parents evolve and grow into the individuals they are today, it's been such an honor because I see, especially in my dad, where he once was and where he is now. The status of Todd and Julie's relationship was not discussed by Savannah. She has, however, previously refuted claims that their marriage is having issues. To be clear, Todd should be held accountable for his deeds, but it's fantastic to see that he's maturing. If we're lucky, he might completely avoid the spotlight once he's released from prison, which is probably best for both of us. In general, the court of public opinion is a positive thing, but let's just be careful that our judgments don't rob us of our humanity.